When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. I'm so excited today because sitting in the studio, I think for the first time in this studio.
No, second time.
Oh, okay. You have been here before?
Yeah, remember I was here with Dave and Brody.
Yes, I do remember that. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. It is Racin Randy. You know, Randy, as I was coming over today, I been getting up really early, and I was like, wow, I got a lot done. I made protein muffins this morning. I had put together another podcast that'll drop later today. I folded laundry, and then I discovered, I don't know where my head was yesterday, but I wish this wasn't me who did this, because then I could really bitch about it, but I can't because it's my fault. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was running around yesterday, running all these errands. I had my kid with me. Come home, and I'm like, oh, let me throw in some whites. So I do the whites, and then I go, well, let me get some other things done too, so it's not backing up on me. And I'm like, I should even wash the pants I have on. So I put on some sweatpants, and I take the pants off. And I'm in such a, just go mode that I didn't even take the belt out of the pants. So I throw them in. I go to put everything in the dryer, and I go, oh, shit, I left the belt. So I let the belt air dry, take that out, put everything in. Today, I go, because it got late last night, and I'm like, I'll just fold it tomorrow. So today, I go to take it out of the dryer. I had a pen in my pocket.
Oh.
The pen melted, and now it's all over the dryer. Like, it looks like spin art inside the dryer. And on some of the clothes, there's ink. Like, jeans, stuff, all just covered in ink. I'm like, fuck. So now I don't know if I have what I'm going to do about the dryer. So I went in there with alcohol and, not whiskey, just the rubbing alcohol. And I was like trying to rub it out. And some of it came out, but not all of it. And then I'm like, I better just let this air dry, because if I turn on the dryer, there's a chance it'll fucking catch fire because I have the alcohol in there. So I'm like, let that fucking air dry out. Let's see what happens. And I go, but is this ink going to continue to melt in there, or is it now like just part of the dryer? It's just a speckled dryer, and that's fine. I just don't want it getting on all the clothes. That's my thing.
I've done that before. I've left pens in, but got lucky. They came out in the washer, and I found them before putting them in the dryer.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I did not. Fucking sucked. Fucking
happens,
sucked,
buddy.
Yeah, it does. Racin Randy is a guy I've known for a number of years. Met him through the radio when I was on WCMF. Randy is a NASCAR enthusiast, and he even brought this for our studio that we will proudly display. You're going to get all kinds of stuff up.
Like I say, that's brand new, never been hung. It's a promo from the company, and it's got to be minimum 1994, 95 is when that's from.
Whose car was it?
Well, Hutch Strickland drove it first. Then Jimmy Spencer was the one that was really known for driving it.
Okay.
But Hutch Strickland, and I have both die casts of Hutch Strickland and Jimmy Spencer.
You do?
I have to, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
So we met Randy because we were on CMF. Weiss had left. It was me and Tommy, and I think everybody was still there.
Oh, Christian Dan.
Yeah, but I think there was a bunch of people.
Billy.
Yeah, I think there were all.
Yep.
Phil Billy.
Phil Billy.
Sally.
Yep.
And so Tommy starts making fun of a couple that were engaged, and they went to a toy show
at the Village Gate Mall.
Yes, and this guy was interviewed by the paper, and Tommy's like, "What a loser, man! How can this guy get engaged? I can't even get laid, and this guy's getting laid." And so he goes, "If you collect or whatever," and Randy calls up to defend collecting, and then I say, "I want to come out and see this and video it." And we went out to Racin Randy's house, and it just became a thing. And we had Randy on regularly on the radio. When I left CMF, Randy came over to Radio 95.1 for a while, and then the podcast sporadically, and that's how it all kind of began. But how much money do you have invested in diecast?
If I had to guess,
Like if you could value it.
well, what it's valued now is not very shit. I'd be lucky. Truthfully, with even all the stuff I got,
Yeah.
nobody will pay nothing for it. I'd be lucky if I could get if I could get $5 to $8 grand for it, and I probably got close to 50 to 60 invested in it.
Wow.
But that's collecting from 1995.
Why the disparity in the investment versus the value?
Just everything's dropped. Like baseball cards, they took a hit. I remember paying $25 for a baseball card. Ooh, this is great.
Yeah.
It's going to go up. And next thing you know, it went down to $5, and now it's down to $1. And, some cards are coming back, but racing is not the same as it used to be. And the worst part about it is diecast. Now, when I was buying diecast, the top of the line back in 1995, brand new, in the package, $38. $38, the top of the line.
Yeah.
Now, top of the lines are $125, $140, sometimes more.
Why is that if the value isn't there?
Well, it's just that the companies have changed. There used to be Action, then it was Motorsports Authentics, then it was somebody else, and now Lionel Trains that owned them for like the last 5 to 10 years. Lionel Trains has owned them.
Okay.
And they're all upscale, and you can buy a cheaper version.
Yeah.
You can't. They very rarely see them in like Walmart back when Racing Champions was around, and there was Winter Circle was around. You could buy them in Walmarts. You don't see that anymore in 24 scale cars. They're gone. So now you still buy the little ones.
Yeah.
You still buy 64 scale little cars, but the big ones are gone. And it's just crazy how it all changed. And like I've got cars. Back then I was buying. What's $45? I'm buying it. I have bought cars since then. True story. There was drags. I have some dragsters at home that when they came out in 1995, they were $38 brand new. They were so rare, they skyrocketed to $350, $400, $500. One was $600.
Why didn't you part with them then?
I didn't have them.
Oh.
I couldn't afford the prices.
I got you.
Them.
Yeah.
I have bought all those dragsters within the last 5 years, and I have not paid over $27 for them.
Okay. And do you think they'll go up again?
I don't care. I don't care. I bought them because I wanted them.
Yeah. Because you are I was going to say a NASCAR enthusiast, but I'll say this. I think you're a race enthusiast, maybe a motorsports enthusiast. You go to all the dirt track in Canandaigua. You're a big supporter of the local guys. Your Racin' Randy is sponsored on cars, right?
Yep. I've been, got Timmy Borden and Nick Cooper.
Yeah. And then you love drag racing.
Yep, as you know, I help run South Butler Drag Race, which is my number one thing. This is my usage Sunday mornings of, welcome to South Butler here on August 28th, 2025. That's one of my calls. That's my first call. I welcome everybody. And I usually do that about 8:30, 8:45, talking on the mic.
And you love that stuff, though.
Oh, I love it. It goes crazy. And since I've got Tracy involved the last 2 years, it's even better.
Tracy's your wife. What's the what's better? Does dirt beat asphalt in terms of racing?
Well, it kind of does to me because I get to go to them.
Yes.
I get to go to all of them.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so it's fun. And I know a lot of the drivers, Justin Hares, Matt Williamson, who's been the track champion there. Justin was a 3-time champion at Canandaigua. Daryl Ruggles, who me and you both know, his daughter Alicia, Mike Manutlo, Blaine Smith, all kind, Peter Britton,
guy,
and Gil Tech, the guy with the head that broke his neck, who got hurt the first race this year, got hurt real bad. It's nice to you can talk to them guys to see what's going on.
Right.
Talk to
them.
Well,
you go into the pits, and they all some of these guys bring a spread. The Phelps Cement guys bring a whole spread. Randy's over there. Hey, you got to come over here and try this, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ruggles put out a spread.
Yeah, they do. And Randy goes and is invited to all of them. He goes and dines nicely.
Well, just to let you know, remember Alex Payne, the 16-year-old kid?
Yeah.
He just won a big race down in Charlotte yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
Modified?
Big modified race at the dirt track in Charlotte.
Well, there you go. The kid's on his way.
Yes, he is,
The kid is on his way.
They call him the Slide Job Express.
What's your favorite NASCAR memory? Do you have a favorite Because I know, you have gone to a couple different tracks. I think you've been to Bristol.
No, I've never been to Bristol.
But you've been to New Hampshire.
Been to New Hampshire. That was okay.
You were in the Poconos.
And
then Watkins Glen on a regular basis.
And Dover, and then Richmond.
Okay.
I've been to. The stories from Watkins Glen back in the 90s are crazy. I've told you before. But probably my proudest moment is because I wanted to do this for my wife, Tracy, was 2 years ago. We got to be real friends with the people that run Kyle Busch's trailer. we got to talk to him. We talked to him the year before he had left Joe Gibbs.
Yeah.
And he said he's going to go somewhere, but he wasn't quite sure. Well, then we signed with Richard Schroeder's Racing. So we go back, and the guy actually remembered, him and his wife remembered us. So we got Betsy, that was Betsy, God, what's his name? God, now I can't remember.
Okay.
His name was Betsy. Yeah. But we got to be friends. So they know us when we come to watch. They know us.
Yeah.
All the tracks they go to all over the country, they
Yeah.
remember us. So we got talking to him, and then he says to me on Friday morning, hey, Kyle's going to be signing autographs on Sunday morning for, I think, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock for an hour. You're going to have to get in line. You got to get this band, okay? He says, when we did it at Atlanta, the first one, there was people at 12:30 in the morning in line.
No shit.
To get a band.
Really? Where is this released, the information?
Well, this comes out I'm getting to. So, and he says, but don't say nothing because Kyle's supposed to release it Saturday morning on his Instagram.
Okay.
And it'll explode.
Right.
So we go over there. So we go, this is Thursday. So we go see him Friday. God damn, Kyle friggin' said something on his Instagram. Now, blah, 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 blah. So Kyle let it out early.
Yeah.
So, and I'm talking to him, and me and Tracy are buying. So we spent, Bobby, $1,100 on his trailer that year. I kid you not. We had spent $100, but you had to buy $50 worth of stuff that day. So
yeah.
Me and Tracy are talking about it. I says, well, I'm going to get up early and go. She says, what time are you going to get up? I said, well, I'm not going at 12:30. It ain't going to happen. So we go to bed Friday. I go to bed Saturday night, okay? I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Toss, turn. I know I got to get up. And finally, 10 after 2, that's it. I'm done. I get up. I got dressed, gave her a kiss, and away I go with my chair, my sweatshirt, and a bottle of water. And I go walking up through all these people. We're still just coming home to go to bed yet. Even gone to bed yet. I'm walking through the campsites and all this stuff, and I'm laughing. And I get up there, and I'm the only one standing there.
Okay.
At 2:45 in the morning. I'm the only person there. So I'm looking around. I said, well, it's okay. And you still watch people fall down, drunk, fall down, walked in, fall down. Well, about 50 to 100 feet away from me, somewhere it's a bathroom. And it was nice when I went up there. Really nice. Started to get cold in the morning as it got closer to.
Sure.
I got a sweatshirt on, and I'm kind of getting a little. So I'm running to the bathroom, and they got the heaters you push on, and I got my shirt like this, and I'm getting heat down on my shirt. I've done that like 4 or 5 times. Nobody else showed up until 6:30 to show up there, and the kid showed up with a bike. He says, you the first one? I said, yeah, how long you been here? It says 2:45. He says, wow.
Yeah.
So then we're standing, a couple more guys. There's like 4 of us standing there. Also, here comes this lady around from the backside of the trailer. This is like 7:30. She goes, you guys in line? Yeah. I'm first. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the trailer. I thought it was over there. But she didn't get there till like 7 o'clock. She was standing over there at 7 o'clock.
Oh, on the other side.
I said, she was on the wrong side. But it's okay. You said, you're 5th in line. That ain't bad. She goes, what time did you? And I tell you, and she goes, God, my husband wouldn't do that for me. He wouldn't even do it with giving away cash. So I'm standing there, and then we're talking, and then Tracy texts me at 7:15. She goes, how many people are there? I said, no, right now there's about 10. I said, nobody got here till 6:30. She goes, would you like some coffee? I said, I would love some coffee, and bring me my hooded sweatshirt out of the truck because I'm freezing. So she comes up there, gets there about 7:30, and we're talking. And meanwhile, the line has gotten down because they go on part of the trailer, and they go back around behind the trailer. And I'm standing there. I said, hey, you guys mind if I let her sneak in? We don't care. We're in line. We don't care. So she pops in line. I made her go first. So we got to be the first 2. Meanwhile, while we're standing there, here comes the people that run the trailer. They're laughing because they see us standing there first. Then the guys from NASCAR and then from RCR are there, and they interview me.
Okay.
They find out I was there at 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
And he goes, what the heck? I said, well, I did this for my wife. She wants to meet Kyle Busch. I said, just get autograph. I said, but at least we're going to get autograph.
It's her fantasy, right?
Is
that her fantasy, man? She dream about him, Randy, at night?
He used to be Casey Kane, so I don't know anymore now. I mean, he's retired now, So, but she wanted me, and she's always loved Kyle, and Kyle was great. So, they're interviewing me stuff, and the reps were really cool. They were funny. They had them laughing, and Tracy goes, yeah, it's all him. He's the talker. So we go up, get the bands, and I give Tracy my credit card, or whatever. Get what you want. She buys the jacket she wants. So I got to buy something.
Yeah.
So give me 2 of those sweatshirts. We spent like a couple $100 right there.
Yeah.
And we get 2 bands, and we go back to the camper, and I crash on the camper, and I just want to sleep. It's all I want to do. And we got to get up at 9:30 to get in line at 10:30 to get in the thing. Or Tracy's father calls at 8:30 in the morning, wakes me up.
Ah.
So I end up talking to him for a while. I forget that I might as well just stay up.
Yeah.
So it got to be 9:30, and I did change from then into shorts because it started to warm up. So we go up in line, and we get up there, and all the people are in line. We're about halfway back through. We're just standing there. Like it's no big deal, you know. And the guy comes around, make sure you have your stuff out because you don't have to take it out. So Kyle doesn't wait for you to take it out, just sign it.
Yeah.
Well, I had bought this helmet, the 3Chi helmet, which I don't really care about 3Chi, but it was the only helmet they had. And Tracy had to, and the guy who runs the trailer said Kyle's got to sign his first win at RCR's California. He likes people to get those signs. He signs them. So Tracy brought that with her. So we're standing in line, no big deal. All of a sudden, this guy comes walking. Hey, where's my 245er? And I go like this. He goes, you and your wife, come here, follow me. I said, okay, so what's going on? He says, Kyle wants to meet you. Meanwhile, Kyle had come in. We saw him come in with his entourage, go up in the trailer. He says, Kyle wants to meet you. He says, I couldn't believe you were here at 2:45 in the morning. I said, I got a timestamp picture about when I took it if you want to see what time I got there. And we went up, and he was the nicest guy. He couldn't believe. And I said, Kyle, I did this for her. I said, she wanted to meet you, and I had to make it happen.
Yeah.
We didn't expect to get on the trailer. We just get an autograph.
You're like a cuckold there. I'm kidding, Randy.
I know.
That's a man. That's a hell of a story there to be.
You know, but I wanted to make sure Tracy wanted to meet.
Well, look, you know what? Every man should be doing something like that for his lady, right?
Right.
You know, just out of love and respect.
Well, we went back this year, and he was signing, but he wasn't going to do like he did.
Yeah.
Him and his son were going to be signing on the trailer.
Yeah.
Of course, we go back and buy $100 for the stuff. We ended up spending $400, so I got 4 bands. So I gave a couple away, and we got some stuff signed.
Is there a driver you still yell at the TV for?
Well, anybody who's driving a Ford is usually I'm usually for. Joey Logano. I have a 3-time champion Joey Logano jacket that Tracy bought me, and I'm Ryan Blaney and Penske Racing. Those are my 2 biggest guys that I would follow. But then Kyle Busch is really big too. I mean, those I can't rank them guys because they're all because Kyle's been so good to us, and you know, and watching him go from Joe Gibbs races, they couldn't get any sponsorship for him, and he goes to RCR. Next thing you know, the guy made $16.9 million. Can't get no sponsorship, huh? Wow, what the hell's wrong with you guys? So I don't know what happened. I think Joe Gibbs wanted to just get Kyle get his grandson tie in there.
Okay.
But how can you? I mean, the guy's most marketable guy on NASCAR. He really is. You know. So I still pulled it. Mostly Ford guys, but I was disappointed. The last race of the year, I could care less. There was no Ford guy in it. But I had a favorite. I wanted Chase Briscoe to win. I don't care for Denny Hamlin, but I kind of like to see him win because he's like Mark Martin, the 2 best drivers that may never win a championship.
Yeah,
be close, but never win it.
Right.
You know, so it would have been a good feeling story for him to win it, and I understand that.
Sure. You're a mechanic as well by trade.
Yes.
Yeah. So cars are really just your life. What's the wildest kind of mechanic story you have? And if it involves beer and duct tape, even better.
Okay. Well, the best story I can tell you is when I worked at Chereau Ford back in 1985.
Okay. Going back 40-something years.
Oh, yeah. I worked there.
40 years,
Me and my buddy Dale Emily, who was a jokester, and rest in peace, buddy. I miss you a lot. He was always a jokester and whatever. We used to go, and I worked it was up in East Rochester, Fairport area, and up there where Van Bortle is now. That was in the old building. It wasn't the new building. It was the old building.
Okay.
We used to have Volkswagens. They weren't really made to pick up pickup trucks, and people used to drop pickup trucks and bend drive shafts all the time on them up there. But so it was one day, it was hot, muggy. It was on a Friday. We got paid on Thursday, but Friday, well, we go to this place called Brandy's. I think it was in East Rochester. It was called Brandy's. And we would go there for lunch. Well, we decided to leave for lunch at 11:30. For some reason, just the way mood I was in, let's have a liquid lunch.
Yeah.
So we had a liquid lunch.
Damn, buddy.
So we got back 1:15.
Yeah.
They handed me a pickup truck. I'm half inebriated. I mean, I don't want to do this. So I get a pickup truck. It's got a noise in driving. So I go for a ride with it down Marsh Road. I hear it. I come back. And I was way down at the end on the lift. There was all these they had a huge shop.
Yeah.
I was all the way in on the corner, far corner. Couldn't even see me.
Yeah.
So I pulled it in. I knew it was a noise. And I said, I'm not going to put this in. I got on my creeper, and I came on the creeper, and I find it. There we go.
Creeper is the thing that you lay on that you can go underneath. Yeah. It's got wheels, usually wooden, has a little pillow.
Yep.
Little pillow.
Yeah. So I get underneath it, and I'm tightening up the shield. The bolts were losing his shield. I tighten them up, and I know that's the noise. I go back down. I'm just checking a couple things in there. I said, God, it's nice and cool down here. Because it was a little warm that day. So I put my arms around a drive shaft. I knew I fell asleep. I slept all afternoon. My buddy Dale comes by at 10 minutes to 5, kicks my feet and says, hey, you going to get up and go home today? I said, what time is it? Just 10 minutes to 5. Holy shit, I've been sleeping all afternoon. So I get out. I got to write a story. I wrote a story. I had to pull the transmission out. I got paid 8 hours and slept all afternoon. And that's the last time I drank at work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it, right? Because, that's very, very, very funny. Do kids, are there mechanics still coming up today?
Buddy, I'm telling you
Can they
now.
fix things? I'll ask, and I'm sorry to interrupt. But from what I understand, new cars now are designed, and then the engineers are told, fit the engine in this space. So it's like they build the car first and then fit the engine in. So things aren't like, they're not, it's not like your old cars that you can work on in your driveway. And a lot of it's computerized now. And so you have to have, I think you've gone for recertification on a lot of things and stuff. So I go, boy, that is something. And I don't know if AI will somehow take over these things. But I go, I also don't know that young people really interested or doing it. I'm hearing about less kids, rushing to get their license at 16, and YouTube is where they'll go to learn something, and if they can fix it, okay, no big deal. I don't know.
Well, there's a big thing. I mean, the CEO of Ford there, I think it's Jim Farley, I think his guy's name is, he said, there is a big drop in technicians. There's a huge drop, and I'm 65, and I'm done working on cars. I hate working on cars. I don't hate it, but I can't stand it anymore. Right. If you could see the arthritis, I have a picture of arthritis in my hands. If you could see with the picture when they took a picture of my hands for something, the arthritis in my hands is ridiculous. I have a hard time. I get up in the morning, I can't move right away. I got to do this. I've had knee surgeries, torn both my rotator cuffs about clean off. Yeah. How bad is I'm going in for surgery here sometime soon. I got a hernia. I just got another hernia that I'm going to have to go get fixed. It's just, you see younger kids coming in, but whether they're going to stay or not, I don't know. You really got to have a passion for this stuff. You really do, because my grandson wants to do it. He does. And I don't know if he's going to make it or not. And I told him if I was you, I would do something else. Wow. Unless you really got the passion. Bill, it's like this. You want to be a technician? Great. You got to buy a toolbox. You got to buy tools. You're going to spend $20,000 your first year. Yeah. And you got to buy all that stuff. And even going to Harbor Freight, you have to buy all this stuff. Yeah. It's not like, you come in. Oh, it adds up. It adds up. And then depending on the quality of the stuff, it can break. This is where I always feel bad when I hear a guy who maybe a mechanic, maybe a handyman, whatever, has their tools taken. Oh, yeah. I hate that. I hate hearing that. Oh. Because somebody's going to go and pawn it somewhere and, get money. But it really sets these guys, and that is their livelihood. And they are really independent contractors, a lot of these guys. Yeah, if you work flat rate, you're pretty much an independent contractor. What you get paid is what, whatever job pays this much, they pay you this much to do it. And I feel bad, especially guys like do the construction. Yeah. They get their stuff stolen out of trailers. Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, my God. It's the fucking worst. And it's thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. And it holds projects up, and it's shitty, and it's tough. But, it's interesting to me because I was thinking about that. I go, boy, it's harder, right? It's harder to work on cars. Oh, today. Yeah, it's much harder. I mean, I'm 65, and there's stuff for me trying to get me the stuff under freaking dashes, and I don't move like I used to. I still can move, but I don't move like I used to. And I have a hard time grabbing on stuff sometimes and holding it sometimes. Yeah. But it's 48 years of me doing this. Damn. 48 years since I was in high school. Wow. Fixing cars. Yeah. Yeah. So. Well, not only that, though. Randy isn't just a NASCAR car gearhead kind of guy. You also raised 2 boys. Yep. Right? And you have a slew of grandchildren. Yep. And a slew of daughters. I got 3 stepdaughters, but I call them my daughters because I pretty much helped raise them all. Uh-huh. What's the rule for raising good guys? To me, just try to keep them out of trouble. Yeah. Literally. I know what I did. Don't get me wrong, and I don't advocate this, please. I drank and drive. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Me and my buddy Howie and Billy, we used to go to the College Inn in Seneca Falls. $4 from 9 to 1, all you could drink. Right. All the beer you could drink. And we we never came home sober. We always had a few beers in us. And I should tell my kids don't drink and drive. And my son Robert, who I'm really proud of, is my oldest son. He was drinking at a bar one time, and he tried to call me. And for some reason, I left my phone downstairs and never heard the phone. So he ended up staying there for like another 3 hours to sober up a little bit more, and then he drove home. Okay. So right. He doesn't drive, or he'll call. And my son Brett has drank and walked home before.
Okay.
It's just.
Well, I mean, it's one of these things, too, because I remember we used to talk to you on the radio, and you would talk about, kind of hot rodding it out there and 315 and racing and doing all these different things. And it's like, you're very honest about it. And it's hard to then, when your kids kind of know what you did.
Right.
And they kind of look at you like, yeah, you're a hypocrite.
Well, and it could be, that's me. If that's
Yeah.
it is, I understand. But I don't. I mean, me and my buddies, we'll get together. We'll start talking about the old days. We'll start laughing just as hard as we did back then.
Well, the thing that I often think too is that you survived.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You know what I mean? You survived.
Yeah, I survived, and I'm going to tell you right now, I literally said, I hope we make it this far.
Yeah,
literally, I said that.
What was the most dangerous thing you did as a young guy? Do you remember a time where you thought, "Holy shit"? Looking back, we could have died. You were scared maybe in the moment that would happen.
Probably one, because of course we were half in the bag. We were coming home from College Inn, and we're coming down the road. My buddy's car is like 6 of us in the car doing about 100 miles an hour, and I'm sitting on the windowsill, hanging on the roof like this. I'm sitting on the windowsill in the back seat like this.
So your ass is out the window.
My ass is sitting on. I'm sitting on the window.
Yes, and you're holding on to the roof.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I could see myself doing that too at the same age.
And it's stuff we used, and it's stuff like that we used to. I had a buddy of mine that hung onto windshield wipers one time. They're going down the road with him. He's like 60 miles an hour. And he's hanging on by the windshield wipers.
Yeah.
And that's stuff that you don't see that anymore. Please don't do that, kids, if you're listening.
Well, the thing is, like, you survived it, right?
Yeah.
And young men in particular have this like invincibility. It's not going to happen, right? And hopefully they're correct. But that's also the mindset that we want in young men, because if a conflict breaks out, whose ass is on the line?
Right.
The young men. Because, you're just reckless.
I mean, I've done stuff like I can remember coming home one time from the bar when I was still living at home, and I backed my car up and I hit the next door neighbor's fence and broke his fence. I got up the next morning, walked out and went, "Oops." Hey, Dad said, "You better go over." Yeah, I went over. They went over, talked to him, help him fix it. So. Yeah.
I mean, these were the things. Because I can remember doing similar stuff. There was even a time I was with a buddy on the Taconic State Parkway, and we got behind some really, like, an old man in a hat going real slow. So my buddy goes, "Pull up as close as you can." And I do, and I'm holding it, and he rolls down the window, leans out, bangs on the driver's side window. The old man is startled. Like, he doesn't even fucking know. I don't think he even knew we were behind him. Maybe next. And he gives him the finger, and we just take off. And I go, how terrible is that? Well, like, if I heard my kids did that now, I'd be out of my fucking mind. Because, one, you could have given the guy a heart attack.
Right.
You could have caused an accident with him no matter what.
And you.
And me. Yeah. Right. 100%. And it's just reckless. I mean, that's really, really reckless. We would do that with beers. We do all kinds. And I think you survived it. And so what I always try to say, it's the line my dad used on me: "I'm not here to ruin your good time. I'm just here to keep you alive."
Right.
And I think that's kind of how I've gone about it. I don't know.
Well, the funniest part is I kept most of those stories away from my parents.
Yeah.
And they never heard them until my daughter Bree's graduation party, when my buddy Billy's parents and my parents were sitting there, and Bill was telling them stories back and forth because he knew them all. My dad just looking at me, he goes, "I should have known." He said, "I should have known."
Yeah, but see, the great thing is, and I almost feel like it was a better time.
I loved it, buddy. I would go back to high school. If I could go back to high school, 4 years, I'm back.
Well, I don't know if I would do high school. I would definitely probably college.
I loved high school. Now, Tracy hated high school, okay? She hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't know her back then, so that's why she hated school, because she didn't know me that well then.
Oh, is that why?
But we had a lot of fun. Me, Andy, and Billy, our buddies.
Yeah.
We had so much fun in high school.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. But see, the thing is that this device in my hand, the phone, has changed everything in terms of course, your parents didn't know. One, you weren't filming yourself and putting it on social media for any other parent to see and go, "Hey, Mr. Salerno, did you know that Randy was sitting his ass down at 100 miles an hour?" Like, that would be on TikTok. right?
Oh, yeah. That would have been on
I mean, I'm just saying,
problem.
like, that would have been. And the tracking devices where your parents could track where you are, you know? So those are all things that just didn't exist. And so when I say it was a better world, there's an argument to be made to say, no, it wasn't, right? There's an argument to be made to say, no, it wasn't. At least now we kind of know and we're keeping kids safe and we do this. And then the other side for me is I think you learned how to navigate life better because no one was there to constantly scoop you up. You know, a parent's job is, build you up, whatever. But they didn't know where you were. And I remember even as a kid, I'd jump on my bike. I'd be gone all day. Go down to the town rec. I'd be over at the little grocery store grabbing Yoo-hoos and, looking at girls in bathing suits and whatever. And it was awesome. And they didn't know where I was. Or we'd be stealing one of my friend's older brother's cigarettes and we'd be smoking those. And you know what I mean? And there's something that's so innocent about that. And I feel like that's sort of lost now. I'm not saying kids should be smoking. That's not it. But that freedom where you had that fun. One of my favorite movies, really, I always loved it, was Stand By Me. It was about the kids, about 12 years old. It's that age where they kind of go off and they find a body in the woods and, it becomes this big adventure. But they're kind of, I don't want to say they were feral kids because they weren't. The parents were checking in, but it was just you didn't have the ability. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, the great thing was like, could you imagine if you tried to pull that stunt where you were sleeping under the car now? They'd be ringing your fucking phone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, Randy, somebody be texting you, somebody be doing this, somebody doing that. It's just where we are, I guess. But I think was it better when we didn't have constant communication and constant contact for everybody to sort of develop? You developed a personality. Now you develop a personality that's very similar to probably everybody your age because you're all looking at the same fucking thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You see, when I grew up, my favorite one was American Graffiti. One of my favorite movies.
Yes.
Because of the cars. And in today's day, you can see, back when I was a kid,
yeah,
you could take a picture of the high schools in the 70s and like the early 80s. Hot rods in the high school.
Yes.
What do you go see now? Corollas, Hondas, Subarus.
Right.
You don't. I mean that
shit, Randy. You and I grew up in rural areas. They used to have during hunting season, guys would have their guns in the car.
Oh yeah,
and there'd be no double thinking about it at all.
Oh yeah,
because really they were just responsible hunters, but they wanted to get out. It got dark early, and you got out of school at 2:18 in Pine Plains. I'll never forget. The 2:18. I remember my teacher going, "Someday you'll never remember the time you got out of school." I go, "I'll always fucking remember that time." That's my favorite time of day. Yeah, it was different. I had a friend who was a little bit older than me. He babysat us, and he had a Roadrunner. And he painted it canary yellow with black racing stripes up the front. It was amazing. People would borrow that car for proms and things and all kinds of shit. That is not done today.
No, it's not. I mean, you don't see anything like that. I mean,
no.
We was big for, when I was high school, guys, wintertime like now, cars are put away, motors are out, getting rebuilt. This is getting done. This is getting painted. It comes springtime, let's get it all out and let's see what can do what.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. And it's all you worried about. And it's funny because I worked for Bernie Pratt years ago, and then I worked at Sunoco Station, and Lenny DeWert owned it. And my buddies' hot rods are always up on the lifts, doing something. I go, I'm working on my car. I had a Nova SS was my first hot rod I had, and I did some work to the motor and all that stuff. I was so anal about that motor that every Saturday I changed oil in that car.
Every Saturday?
Every Saturday I changed 50 weight Racin oil, Quaker State, and a new filter. Every Saturday I changed the oil in that car.
Okay, and
back that time it would cost me like $7 to do.
Why
it.
though?
Just because I was anal about the motor. I wanted it kept clean. I wanted to make sure everything was right.
Yeah.
And then my buddies used to take my old oil. They'd take and put it in their cars.
Well, sure, because it was hardly used.
Yep.
The oil then was what, 3,000 miles?
Yeah, 3,000 miles.
About 3,000 miles.
I'd be lucky if I was putting 100 on it and dumping it.
Yeah. But now I think you could probably go 10.
Well, I don't even see, and that's the biggest thing. I'm still a proponent. I won't go 10,000. I use Pennzoil. Okay.
Yeah.
It says right on it, good for 15,000 miles. Guess what? 5,000 miles. That oil's out of that just changed the oil in Tracy's vehicle.
Yeah.
Oil's out.
Right.
Out. I don't care. And brand new vehicle, change the oil, 2,000 miles, get it out because I want all the filings that are in the motor name.
Yeah, well, there is. There's right. Yeah.
I was brought up that way, and my father taught me that stuff. I mean, not like 3,000 miles anymore, and I use full synthetic in everything I use.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm proponent. I read about that stuff. I've done testing for Pennzoil. I've done testing for Quaker State, years and years ago.
You speak of your parents and stuff. They're still with us, yes. And very family oriented guy, Racin Randy.
Yes, my dad's got congenital heart failure, so he's gotten a lot slower. You remember how my dad was?
Yeah.
You met him. Remember the Santa Claus story at the house?
Yeah.
And my mom's, she's slowing down too, but Dad's getting a little slower. He moves a lot slower, but he's still sharp. He's still there. But let me tell you something. He doesn't miss a thing. No. He doesn't miss a thing. He's pretty sharp. And it's funny because I'm 65 years old, and I'm busier now than I was when I was 35.
Why is that?
I don't know.
In terms of what?
I'm busy with
family.
I got racing stuff I got doing. I got work that I'm worried about. I mean, me and Tracy are working with South Butler. She's involved with it now more on the T-shirt sales side and all that kind of stuff. And I, still chase sponsors and talk to people. I got people calling me even when their season's over with. They call me. I'll get phone calls in November. I had a phone call a couple weeks ago. Some guy calling about, I want to bring this dragster, blah blah. Can I bring it back? Yeah, you can bring it. Lots of passes tech. And people think this gets done when I get done in September. Oh no, I get phone calls all year. And the best people, like Tracy said, sometimes people complain because I'm in the tower and I'm trying to talk, and she goes, "Well, you miss racers driving?" I said, "Well, you know what? I'm the only guy in there that everybody knows my phone number. Guess who they're calling? I get phone calls. It's 11 o'clock. Are you guys racing today?" We started racing at 9:30.
Yeah.
I got so mad, and I shouldn't have done it, but I got mad one time last year. It's the last race of the year. And we're having a driver's meeting, and my phone rings.
Good.
Right? So here I am standing with all these. Are you guys racing today? I pick up my phone. Hey, guys, are we racing today? Yes. There's your answer. Click.
Okay.
That's
not bad.
No, but I got upset because I'm trying to do something, and I miss people talking to racing, and I feel bad I do it, but I'm the only one that gets called during race day.
Well, put number one, delegate that shit, or put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
No, I can't do that because when you get somebody that might want to come and listen.
Right.
And, buddy, you can't believe the people.
Yes.
Do you tell where South Butler Racetrack is open again?
Yeah.
Oh, I raced there back in 1963, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. I raced there in 65, and you're still running. And, we go to car shows, and my buddy Bill Arnold has a video, sets up, shows the races there, and the people that stop and look and go, and it's just ridiculous, the stuff that went on back then.
Yeah.
Like I said, remember, that was the first racetrack that used the Christmas tree in 1958. NHRA never used it until 62. We still have one of the original stoplights that they used for a Christmas tree. We still have one of them.
Really?
We still have it. Yeah, Ronnie Works still has it. We had it set up in fact, this will be our 10th anniversary coming up.
Do you have the ability to give people the reaction times?
Yes, we have the whole setup. We can get time. We got time slips. We got the whole smash.
Yeah, because what they can do in NASCAR, in drag racing, is you can actually see your reaction time when the light drops.
Yeah.
So how long does it take? And I think even if it's 2 seconds, that's slow.
Oh, it's really slow.
Yeah.
You're having a sandwich.
I know. Which sounds so weird, right? Because it's 2 seconds. We watch NFL games, and I'm fucking amazed when they go, yeah, a guy gets the ball out of his hands in 3.2 seconds. I'm like, 3.2 seconds? That's like amazing. You have to just trust where that guy's going to be. But with this, your reaction time is everything.
Yeah, we give reaction time trophies away in each class.
Do you?
Whoever's got the best reaction, when you get a 000, that means you were right on the light.
Yeah, I never got a 000.
The best I've done is 005. That's the best, and that's fast.
God, I was going to say, I think the best I did was 0. I think I did 10. Not 10 seconds, 0.10.
That ain't bad.
And then I was hoping to get to 8, but I mean, it is like, and I don't do it as regularly as you, but it is I'll tell you what, I'm not big on watching motorsports as much as I am in participating in motorsports.
Right. Well, it's always the best.
Yeah, I would much rather be dragging, going that 140 and a quarter mile or whatever I can.
Right.
There's something about it, and I'll say this for that kind of stuff, and maybe you'll even be able to agree. I'm very into like being mindful and meditation, Zen, that sort of thing. I don't think, and all it is like just kind of clearing your mind, right? You don't think of really anything else, right? And a thought comes into your head, you kind of, I always think of myself as on an iPad, just swiping it away. When you're doing that, there ain't a fucking thing. You may not even be breathing at some points. You are just so focused.
Right.
You know what I mean? Holding that, because you could lose the front end, you could go, and you are so like just in the moment. There is not another thought in your head.
You don't even hear the car running.
No. I think you are absolutely, Randy, that is so true. Until you start to slow down and the adrenaline is wild. And every time I would just burst out laughing at the end, because it's fucking, what a thrill. What an absolute thrill. That is, to me, one of the best. Like, I had never done the drag racing until I was down there at Empire. And because even, race car driving is, I like, because there you have to think. You got to think, like going in here and there and different turns. And you want to know, like, if you're seeing guys brake early, maybe you brake late because they're going to put down a lot of sticky tack, right? So you can kind of grip that turn and brake a little later out of it and that sort of thing. But and by the way, watching a race with you is a whole lot of fun. And I've done it at Watkins Glen, and I've done it at your house.
Right.
Yeah.
The parties are memorable at the house.
Oh, God, the parties were great.
They what else? Like I say too, and like when you go to Empire and you race there, okay? I'm Jerry and his Claire, great people, top notch operators.
Yeah, they do.
Him and his son, great people. The whole crew there is absolutely phenomenal. But you go there, you race, you get beat, you're out.
Yes.
Okay, unless you buy. Now come to South Butler, you pay, you race all day. We just race for fun.
Okay.
So when I call your class, you come race.
Yeah.
You go, okay, I call your class, can you come up and race? You just race all day for one price.
Is it no prep?
Ours is no prep.
Okay, because
water burnout only.
Yeah.
Like you go to like some no prep races, you'll see. Well, some guys they put the stuff that's called it's called stripper glitter. They call it.
Yeah.
And it's for a bite to burn your tires that get sticky.
Yeah.
Like if you go to I went to Christmas class.
Well, they do that. Yeah, they usually do that at like Empire and stuff, right?
Well, no, Empire is water burnout only.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
what are they spraying down on there?
Now,
There's a sticky
when
stuff.
He goes down the track. It's a glue. It's a special glue that they put on the track.
Yeah.
But in the burnout, it's water burnout only. But on the track, it's a special glue to help grip.
Because there are times I'm walking on there and your feet are sticky. You're practically stepping out of your shoes with it.
Buddy, I walked down.
So that's a no prep too?
No, he's not no prep.
Yeah.
He preps the track with
right.
glue
He
and
does.
stuff.
Yes.
Jerry actually asked me one time, "What do you use to do?" We don't do it. We're on no prep. We don't. He said, "You're kidding me?" I said, "Nope, nothing."
Yeah.
And we say we replaced the pavement there 4 or 5 years ago. There was original pavement from 1958.
Yeah.
We just repaved all.
Well,
that.
I thought I've not. Empire is water only in that
in the burnout.
In the
burnout. Now I don't know when they did the no prep Kings there.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did.
No, they did. Okay, I didn't see the no prep. I don't remember.
I didn't go either.
But the sticky stuff, I thought it was in the starting area.
No, that's a water. That's a water. They use spray water down. That's all it is water they're putting before you do the burnout. But that's just from the tires burning off grip.
Yeah.
Buddy, I went to Charlotte. Me and Trace went to Charlotte in 2009. We went in October. The last race was there in July. We're walking, and I'm still sticking with my feet on the drag strip over there. Still sticking.
Yeah. Because it gets all hot.
Yeah.
The rubber.
And that doesn't happen at our place, but we don't care. We just water, and sometimes you don't get enough water down. They get the guys. Streetcar don't really need it, but the guys that run Super Pro got the tires like this. And water
slicks.
Get them hot. Get them big and hot.
Yeah.
We got a new track record set there again this year. It's been broke again by Joe Schmo, alias Joe Williams, as they call him, Joe Schmo. And I've got people that want that track speed record. That's the big thing we're known for is the speed. It's only a 10th mile.
Yeah.
And now it's like 122.9, I think it's the speed
122.9?
In a 10th.
Yeah, in a 10th of a mile.
That's quick.
That's pretty quick.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah,
and, I got a guy, Sean Barney. He's back out to the SEMA show. He's out there right now. Probably coming back. SEMA should be shutting down, I think, after today. And he came out there trying to get the record, and he ran one, but I knew it wasn't fast enough, but the speed didn't work on that lane. It quit working, and I heard all about it. I said, listen, I said, not a multi-million-dollar corporation. I don't have millions of dollars in wiring, but we're going to have to rewire all that this come spring.
Yeah.
We're going to rewire all of it again, and 'cause it's been 10 years.
So your whole life has really revolved around motors.
Right.
I'll just say motors.
Right.
Not mechanic, all that stuff. But you were also a referee for basketball and football high school game. Baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball. Do you bet?
Basketball and baseball.
Basketball and baseball.
Right.
Which I thought, that's a lot. Did you do that because your sons were playing, or did you just do that for the love of it?
I did it for the love of it. And I did Little League in Newark from like 1991 till 1999. I had like over 800 games I did in Newark Little League umpiring. And I did, my kids were playing, and I did, and I really kind of got thrown into it by somebody that needed an umpire. Hey, will you please just come and do this? And I did one game, and I got hooked, and hey, will you come back because people like how you did it? Mm-hmm. And you always get the complaints. It doesn't matter, but I loved it. And when I did high school stuff, I liked the high school stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's some coaches that are idiots. I'm not going to lie to you, but there's other ones, most of them are great. There's a few that were idiots, And
what was the most chaotic moment? We hear about the worst part of youth sports being parents.
I never had too much of a parent problem.
Yeah.
They would get upset, and I would just look at them. The biggest one was I had a coach, and he was from a Monroe County school, playing in Victor, doing a JV game. And sometimes on JV games, and believe me, if you want to umpire baseball, please hook up with an organization because they are really short on umpires. They wanted me to come back, but I won't come back because I've had cornea damage in both eyes. That's why I won't go back and do it. But I was doing a JV game by myself.
What are you, blind, ref?
Yeah, exactly.
What, you got cornea damage? Jesus Christ, that was out of strike.
Yeah. So I doing this game by myself. And
I said ref, it should have been ump.
And I heard about this coach that he was kind of a hothead, but I didn't, calling the game. And there was a call at second base where I got to come out from behind the plate, and I got to run.
Yeah.
Get out as quick as I can. I got about to the pitcher's mound and made a call. Well, I turn around, and here's that coach standing next to me.
Yeah.
I said, what are you doing there? He says, get back over that line. I said, you better get back over that line. You got to assist the coach because you got 2 seconds to get back to that line, and you're going to be going home. Do you understand me? I'm going to call whoever you want. You want me to give you his phone number? Get off my field. He got reprimanded. I heard he got reprimanded. I mean, in the Victor.
Why did he run out?
Because he didn't like the call. He was such a hothead of a coach.
What do you remember? What school this was?
I cannot remember. I was a Monroe County school. I do know that. That's all I remember.
Well, look, I mean, I'm
talking 20 years ago.
Yeah, there's been some players that have come out of here. A lot of times, you'll hear baseball players. Where do they come from? Usually, it's warmer climate where you can play year round. Florida, Texas, those kind of things. Southern California. We've had a couple of guys who have had shots at the big league. You see Cito Culver being taken with the Yankees. I think he only made it up to AAA, but I went to see him play at Frontier Field. And then Ernie Clement is just a great story with the Blue Jays, and I think just set a major league record for the most hits in a postseason.
Right. I got a friend of mine from Newark there. I can't remember, Racin and Darren, I can't remember their last name off the time. Their son's with the Chicago. He was started out with the Yankees. He's with the Cubs organization now. I'm hoping he makes it. He's good player, good ball player. Hoping he makes up, does something, So it's pretty cool to watch that.
It is very cool to watch that. And you're very involved. Like, where does that come from? This involvement in everything. Like the idea, I'll go ref, I'll go ump, I'll go.
I just went and did it. I mean, I was big in sports when I was a kid. I played basketball, played baseball. I didn't play high school football. I played soccer. I was a soccer player.
Okay.
So I got my leg broken. That's when the cars really took over.
Right.
But I played all that stuff, and I had a good time with it. And I just did it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was good at it. But once I broke my leg, and it was either, and then my mom and dad was, you want a car, you either got to get a job and buy it because we ain't buying it for one. So. Legs broken. I'm a hot rod guy. Okay, cars win.
Yeah.
Go to work, get cars.
Right. Cars get girls back then, or sports get girls back then?
It didn't really matter to me. I was more into the cars, but I did get some bras. Let me tell you. Not that I didn't have a little fun. I'm not going to lie to you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It was, not all.
Hey, Randy, why is this back seat all stained up?
Yeah.
That's all right.
But I'm not going to say that the cars didn't help. But, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. Cars were cars with me. And, if it had a motor and it ran and it was, whether it was a 396 Chevelle or 426 Hemi or 340 Duster.
A lot of songs about, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of songs about cars, but referring to the car as a her or a she
Yep.
Yeah.
She's Real Fine, my 409.
Nice.
Stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
Stuff, the Beach Boys and all.
Yeah.
And I love the Beach Boys. Beach
Trying
Boys
to
tune
think of
comes on.
what is the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, go on. What is it?
The Beach Boys tunes that come on. I love all of them. The Beach Boy tunes when they come on. I Get Around, Surfing Safari, all that stuff. I get.
Did you go ever see them in concert?
Yes, years ago.
I used to get very mad at Brian Wilson. Not Brian Wilson. Mike Love, yeah. Because he always wore a fucking hat that said Beach Boys. I'm like, Dad, what? Are you so old that you forgot what band you're in? You're not supposed to wear the band shirt. Like, I've never seen Mick come out in a Stone shirt.
Right.
I don't think I've seen Keith Richards do that or any of them.
I haven't seen Gene Simmons come out with a Kiss shirt.
No, that's what I'm saying. Right? They wear this. Right. He comes out with Beach Boys on his head. I'm like, oh, God, don't do this. Everybody annoys the shit out of me. I'm trying to think of the song that I'm thinking of. Let's see.
How about, was it Little Old Lady from Pasadena?
Yeah.
There's one. Remember that one? With a 413 wedge car, which is a Chrysler.
Yeah. Let's see. Burning Desire, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, Little Deuce Coupe.
Yeah, Little Deuce Coupe's a big one. Little
Floater, Cadillac Ranch. Yeah. I'll think of it when we're done here, but
I remember when I was a kid, where my parents live.
Yeah,
across from them was all housing development, but years ago it was all farmland, and Pearson Avenue was just off Lincoln Road. And when I was a kid, I could sit on the front steps because I would watch all these guys, including my next door neighbor at the time, Kip Tack. They all had Roadrunners, Dodges, Chevelles, Mustangs.
Yeah.
They go line up at Pearson Avenue. They go racing down Pearson. I could sit on my front steps and watch them race until the cops came. I used to. It was during the summer. It was usually every other day they were racing down Pearson Avenue. So I got to watch all that stuff. Then my dad was big into it before. He was big into cars, and he had a '55 Chevy and other things.
Damn.
He had some Pontiacs that were pretty quick, and so I grew up with that kind of stuff. Like I said, the first time I heard of NASCAR, I sat on my dad's lap watching the '64 Daytona 500, watching black and white on Wide World of Sports. The first time I heard Richard Petty's name.
Oh, it was?
Yes, and that's how Richard Petty's my man.
Yeah, Richard Petty is your guy. All right, so let's go back to NASCAR for a moment, because every year you and your wife, that is your annual vacation?
Yes.
To Watkins Glen.
Yes.
And you've done this for how many decades, do you think?
I started in the 80s.
Okay, so almost 4 decades. Right. So over 40 years. Some funny stories have come out of there.
Yes.
The time your sons took your money and went and bought all kinds of shit. But this year, what's going on?
Asinine move. Stupidest thing NASCAR could have ever done.
What is NASCAR doing? Because Watkins Glen has been flexed, right? They flexed it. It was usually the first or second weekend in August every year.
Anywhere from the 6th to the 15th.
Usually. Yeah, right there, right in August. And it was kind of a thing. And I used to go down and broadcast from the radio and do stuff like that. Now you've got, they did it in September, but they were doing that.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that was flexed for what reason?
Who would put it in the playoffs?
Oh, the Olympics.
We did that, and they wanted to put it in the playoffs.
They did want Watkins Glen, a road course in there in the playoffs. Okay. Yes. And then this year, did they move it to May for 2026?
May 8th to the 10th.
Oh, my God.
Stupid, asinine.
Is that Mother's Day weekend?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool for NASCAR.
No, it's not, because Watkins Glen is pissed off. The whole town is pissed off.
Why?
Because it's not what they expect. Watkins Glen has a big deal on Mother's Day weekend down there, and now they've taken that and put NASCAR in there.
What's the big deal on Mother's Day weekend? You can come down and do hot laps?
I don't know, but all I know is that the town of Watkins Glen's mad. Every single NASCAR fan that goes to that race is up in arms over this. Buddy, I'm telling you right now, it's New York State. It snowed in May.
Yes, I know.
Okay? You know how many pictures I've seen of snow plows on the racetrack at Watkins Glen? Here we come. Getting ready to get the track ready. Get your studded snow tires ready. I don't think we're going this year. Truthfully.
Really?
Tracy has said we are not going on Mother's Day weekend. I will not go. It's my Mother's Day. I'm not going. So I've already spent money. We buy our stuff.
So you bought
ticket. I got $714 wrapped up in tickets and camping.
So what would you do?
I'll probably sell my camping spots. The tickets, I don't know what we're going to do with those. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I understand, Tracy. I mean, I want to go, but I understand it. I mean, there's a guy, I saw an article, guy, well, I'm from Ithaca. I don't think it's that bad. Hey, stupid, how long has it been since you've been in New York State, dumbass? Because it snows, it rains. Buddy, we've been down there in August when it rains. If it's going to be raining in April like it does, I'm telling you right now, you better have 15 tractors out there to pull everybody out of the mud because that's what's going to happen. Stupid move. I don't know what is up NASCAR's ass, but that is the dumbest thing. And I know I bet they've had over 40, 50,000 complaints right to their offices. No problem.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I've called NASCAR. I've called Watchdog. What the hell is going on?
There is a real possibility that it snows there. Yeah, I mean, you were just telling the story. Was that 2 years ago that you met? So was that September?
Yeah.
Okay, so September, you said you were cold at night, and sometimes down there you're right next to Seneca Lake.
Right.
By the way, I think one of the coldest Finger Lakes. I think they used to do naval submarine stuff in there.
Yep.
So I don't know if I don't know if it won't snow.
Buddy, I'm telling you right now, me and Tracy went.
Could this be? I mean, if they had snow, have they ever had snow in a NASCAR race?
Oh yeah, Bristol happened at Bristol back in the '90s. Yep.
In fact,
I can remember a picture of Alan Kowicki walking around with his helmet on, and his fire suit on and a jacket because it was snowing at Bristol, Tennessee.
Okay.
And that was in April.
And that's in April.
So, I mean, like I said, me and Tracy, the first time me and Tracy went together to Watkins Glen was 2006.
Yeah.
The first night we were there, went down to 38 degrees at night. We were in a tent.
Oh!
Next year we had a camper.
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
So it was a little.
Well, what'd you do to stay warm that night, Randy? Huh, buddy?
Rubbin's racing, buddy.
Yeah.
It's just it's but to have it, and I can't imagine in May what the weather could be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope it turns out, but. And they said, well, it's going to be good for, like, kids in school. No, you morons. People could do their vacations around it in August to their kids before they go to school.
Sure.
Not during school in May. What is wrong with you? You want to scream at them. What is wrong with you? Why would you do something like that?
Yeah. This is definitely, it's locked in. It's happening.
It's at May 8th to 10th.
Wow.
Watkins Glen. That's when it's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
There's no change.
Because
they're not going to change
that's around the time of the Lilac Festival.
Yep.
And we've had snow at the Lilac Festival.
Yeah.
Like, it's been brutally cold.
Yeah.
Brutally cold. And you figure you're down kind of in the hills and of Seneca and Watkins Glen. And
I mean, I can hear everybody now, because you run generators all day during the day, but at night you're supposed to shut them off. Yeah. Ain't going to happen if you're running generators to make sure the heaters running with the propane.
Why did they want you to shut them off?
So it's quiet. They want quiet time.
Yeah.
Now, the only way you can have a generator run is you have a sticker that's medical thing that says you need it for breathing, or at night and stuff like that. Yeah. People are going, screw you, I'm running my generator, help run my propane furnace here, And I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. What is your mindset that you would do that I'm sure the town of Watkins Glen had no deal part. They just got it thrown at them, I'm sure.
What happens if there is like let's just say a freak snowstorm comes through? We get like 6 inches.
They ain't racing. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to wait till Wednesday to race?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
They be out there with heaters on the track, the blowers, and all that?
I can't imagine. I don't think it. Truthfully, I don't think it would happen that weekend. I don't think it would happen. I mean, I could see waking up Sunday morning and be 4 inches of snow on the ground. Yep. I guess we're not ready. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday,
Yeah.
You're not. New York State is so screwed with the weather the last few years. It could be anything.
Could be. Yep. Then watch it be beautiful and.
Or that should be nice. Which would be
NASCAR
great. Don't get me wrong. It'd be great.
What's in the box there?
Oh.
This
is a.
I wanted to see what you.
I got a. I collect. That I collect stuff.
Yes.
Well, I told you we got that helmet signed by one from Kyle. Well, this is a helmet from his new sponsor.
Wow, you even got the cover on the helmet.
Rebel Bourbon.
Now, is this a Rebel Bourbon?
Rebel Bourbon helmet, and it's what he wears.
Rebel Bourbon has been around for a long time.
Yeah, they started sponsoring Kyle 2 years ago.
No, maybe I'm wrong. Is it Rebel Yell? Was it Rebel Yell now, is this a helmet that you could wear in a race?
No, you can't. It's just a replica.
It's just a replica.
They even put a thing in the bottom so you can't. You cannot put it on. There's a thing in the bottom so you can't even put it on.
You can't put it on your head.
But I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I see it. It's all painted up.
It looks like a keg.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
Yeah, like a barrel there.
And I just thought it was very cool. So it's another. I have a Kevin Harvick helmet from his last year racing.
Yeah.
I do have a Busch helmet.
May I ask what a helmet like that? What does that cost?
$175.
$175.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it's just one of the collectibles. Just certain things that Tracy did let me buy.
Yeah.
So, but like I say, that's somebody. Like I said, I've got 3 helmets. This one, a Kyle Busch other helmet, and then I have a Kevin Harvick Busch Beer helmet.
So, well, I think if you were to buy an actual racing helmet, you're in the 250, 350 range.
I would say minimum to start.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you see all the designs they got put on them and all the designs.
I'm pretty sure that would be the cost of those. Yeah, I mean, you would probably. I'm thinking you could go 400.
Oh
right?
Yeah. Depending on who the manufacturer and all that stuff. Remember, and they got to add stuff. They add the stuff for the mics.
Yeah.
And all the air holes and all that.
Yeah.
Some of them they start making them that way now. So.
Right. Well, I'm just thinking like if you were just to do even dirt track and stuff, I don't know that you have radios in those helmets, do they?
They have a radio in them so you can hear you can't talk back and forth to your pits
right.
like a Canandaigua, but they have race control, say accident here,
right.
Blah blah, or if your transponder's not working, they'll let you know.
There seems to be a lot of accidents in turn 1 as they come in front of the grandstands there and then back out. That's where I've seen most of the accidents.
Yeah, well, everybody wants to get that first turn, get there first. Want to lead that first lap.
Right. I got it.
That's what happens.
Randy, did we not cover anything?
I don't think we got everything.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for having me on.
Oh, sure,
it's
man.
been a pleasure for It was 2008 when we got together.
Yep, 2008.
So all them years. And I still got to get your ass out to South Butler one time.
I got to get out there.
Lou Graham's been out there. You haven't been out there. Come on now.
I'll go this summer.
It's our 10th anniversary this year. It's our 10th anniversary running the track. So it's a big deal.
It's been fired up for 10 years now?
10 years we've been doing this.
Oh, shit. Where did that time go?
I know. Tell me, what do you think, buddy? 2008. Imagine.
Wait, you started South Butler in 2000?
No, we started South Butler in 2016 or 2017.
Okay. Yeah,
and
sure.
So this is coming up to be our 10th. 2026. Yeah, so it's coming up to be our 10th year anniversary.
All right. Yeah, I'll come out.
Where the time went, because you're going to get in for nothing. You know that.
Well, I don't. It has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with
getting up.
It's a pain in the ass to get down there.
I know.
This is like me going to a Bills game.
Right.
I'll be all enthusiastic until the day of. I go, fuck, man, I gotta get up. I gotta go.
Buddy, I have to be there like 7
and
o'clock in the morning.
I should never, ever complain about that because I don't remember the last time I drove to a Bills game. Oh, I did with Danny. I did do that one with Danny on a Monday night. But most of the time, I'm a passenger. I'm getting VIP parking and suite tickets with heaters. And I mean, it's a fuck. And yet, here I am going, oh, man. But I would like to come down. Maybe I'll, I don't. There's so many things happening.
Oh, I know.
Right now.
I know
but I would love to get a car that I could.
I mean, I'll get you a ride in one of them cars. No, I'll get you get you ride in a Super Pro.
I don't want to ride in it.
Well, they go.
I know they're not. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna.
I mean, I might be get somebody drive a street car.
No, I think I would. Maybe I'll purchase one. I don't know. I have so many things. Like I'm trying. I don't want to say too much because
and I understand.
When I say things like what I want to do, and I told you something already,
right? That
I haven't really shared with many people.
I don't remember what it is.
It's okay. It's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal, but it's just something that. The reason I haven't said anything is I want to, let's get through it and then I'll tell you how it is. Right. It doesn't really affect anything for anybody. It actually makes life a little easier. Heck,
I'd like for you to come down May 17th for our car show and help judge cars. I mean, I'd love to have you do that one.
Yeah. Where's that?
Right at South Butler Dragway.
Oh.
We have a big car show.
What if it fucking snows?
Never, believe it or not, we've only had one rain time there.
Yeah.
Usually we get 200 cars for a car show, which is
damn
for a little town of Wayne County.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah, Randy's been in the Times of Wayne County, featured as Danny interviews you. He writes the sports stuff.
Right.
And I think there were some other things they did on you.
Oh, Danny would do different things.
No, but I thought there was one where they did a whole thing on you. And was it Danny who did it about the radio? You got like a featured thing in the Times of Wayne County. No?
When the radio thing, when you guys first came out, at one time you came out that day, we went down to Parker's afterwards.
Yes.
Remember that party?
No, that was awesome.
That was a fun.
That
time.
was awesome.
You came down for the Newark Fest at one time, and had a good time there. But
because the Times of Wayne County is known. I only found out about it when I was doing afternoons, and somebody called me up and goes, "You got to get a copy of the Times of Wayne County." And I think they must have been online, because how would I get it? And the guy goes, "You got to check it out." And it's these two police officers standing in the bedroom of a house, this was their 10-point buck, right? This was their 10-point buck picture. They're posing because they just did a big drug bust. And over their shoulder on the dresser is a giant dildo. And it was in the Times of Wayne County. And I just remember, and that was when I started 315ers and all this stuff. And the Times of Wayne County, I mean, look, there's a story in there today about, or this latest issue about a woman who, and this is a country thing, I would think. I would say this has got to happen in rural areas. She got pissed at her husband and whipped out a machete. And I'm going, who has a machete? I happen to have a machete. I do happen to have one, for real. Because it was given to me by Mike the Dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Mike the Dad, rest in peace.
Hey, Billy, you need protection. Hey. Yeah. So this woman whipped out a machete, and then she choked her husband, put her hands on it, and then she went around and just started smashing the machete into bags of cement. So I'm sure there was just cement powder everywhere. Who the hell knows? You just get a synopsis. So I used to like to call people who were in the Times of Wayne County to get the other side of the story, because I always go, okay, this sounds too funny, but I'll never forget one where a guy got pulled over for having a taillight out, and he was found to be in a pair of green silk underwear and had a bottle of Wesson oil, chicken Wesson, and he was on his way to Ontario Video and News, which, by the way, they had the buddy booths back there.
Yep, it is.
You could go in, and in the back of Ontario Video and News, which first it was a smoke shop up front, then it was an adult store in the back. And in the way back, they had movies. And I remember going there once to pick up something for a stag party. And I'm a curious person, so I got to know what's going on. And I see all these people, and they're in the back. And I think it was gay guys. They would wait till the movie started, and then one guy would open the curtain and pop in. And two guys would be in there watching whatever they were watching. And I was like, oh. And then some guy followed me around the place. I've told this story so many times, but I'll give it to you because you made a face. I was looking, so he came out and he just kind of locked eyes on me, and I got really nervous. Now, this was bringing back everything for me, because don't forget, I was sexually molested by a guy. I'm like, this is freaking me out. I mean, I am 21, 22 years old, and maybe around there, and I'm like really nervous. So I can't say, don't look at me, right? Because the guy could deny it, but I could feel his eyes on me. I could feel him following me around. So I thought, what do? I find a video, VHS, with the woman on the cover that has the biggest tits ever. I just felt like that screams heterosexual. Leave me alone. That's really what I thought. So I buy this shitty tape. I didn't even want it. It could have been $9. So I get it. And I leave, and I walk out, and the guy is now, he's out in the vestibule area, and he smiles at me. And I'm like, fuck. So I don't know. So it's freaking me out, Randy. I could tell that this guy was interested, which now if it happened, I'd be like, that's flattering. I'm an old man now, but that's okay. But even then, I should have been more flattered. I'm like, oh, flattering, not interested. Probably would have ended it, no problem.
Right.
But I am all I'm up in my head. I don't know what's going on. So now there's an entrance on each side of this vestibule. Stairs come up, and Ontario Video News out in Ontario off 104. So I decide, okay, I'm parked when you're looking at the building on the left side. I will go out the right door and then duck down and get to my car. So I do that. And I'm out of the car, and I still had a key to unlock my door. And I can hear the gravel crunching slowly. Like, it's honest to God, it would be like a horror movie. And this probably isn't even what happened, but this is what's going on. I am so nervous now. I dropped the fucking keys. I dropped them. I pick them up. I'm all nervous. I finally get in the car. I slam it down. I turn on the headlights, and the guy is standing right in front of my car. Right in front of my car. I fucking back out, kicking up dust in a little Volkswagen Rabbit. I'm fucking shitting my pants. 104 at that point is 2 lanes headed east and 2 lanes headed west.
Yep.
So this is on the east side.
Yeah,
so
you have to go east.
You have to go east to get off at Ontario Video News. I'm sure if you're going west, there's a way off. But so I am so nervous. I punch it. I punch out. I fishtail, and I start going west in the eastbound lanes. Now, this is like, I don't even know what time it was. I think I had been out drinking, so this is really helpful. And I decided, let me go get my friend Scott, who his best man. I'm going to go get the stuff for the stag party. Woo. And now I'm driving, and then all of a sudden I see cars coming and people beeping. So I cut through, and I keep driving. I'm like, holy shit. My heart was racing. I was sweating, and that was my...
He hasn't been back since, folks.
No, I haven't. That's a true story. I have not.
Yeah, I've never heard that story, but sometimes you could tell, you can feel what's going on.
Can't you tell when someone's like, you could feel it, like you just know. Well, it's because we all emit an energy, and like I should have been flattered that this guy wanted to, hey, you want to come in the buddy booth, and but man, and I just remember buying the most ridiculously, because I'm not even like a big tit guy.
Right.
I'm like,
just grab something to make it look
like more than mouthfuls of waste.
But folks, he did buy some Vaseline on the way home, just so you know.
No, Wesson oil.
Oh, Wesson oil. Wesson oil. I'm sorry.
Anyway, but I think we covered everything. Thank you very much for the camel sign. We will get that up. Please give my best to your lovely wife. And
sexiest woman alive.
We got to get, I know. Robin's racing, and there you go.
You ain't kidding, boy. She smiles, and I'm naked. That's all that happens. It happens all the time.
Even at 65.
Oh, yeah, I want her.
Even at 65.
That's right.
All right. Well,
and folks, do me a favor. If you can, get out to South Butler Dragway. If you're looking for information, go to the official South Butler Dragway on Facebook.
Okay.
And you will see stuff. We do have flyers made. They're not out yet, but flyers are made for next year's events. It's the last Sunday in June, July, August, and September. Love to have you come out. You can mention my name. You want to find me, you'll be able to find me. I wear a shirt that says Racin' Randy on it, a bright yellow shirt.
Yep.
Can't miss it.
Yep.
So if you want to meet me, or if you want to just talk racing.
Was Racin' Randy the moniker born in 2008?
Yes.
That's when we started calling you that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That was the moniker. And I said it just for the hell of it, and it stuck.
Yeah, it did. So. It did stick. Well, that's great. Normally I close with John Hyatt's Tennessee Plates, but I think I'll do this John Hyatt song. This is called Detroit Made, which I believe is I think he says in this, refers to the car as a she, I think.
He probably does.
Yeah. But that's the, we'll just listen to just a second of it. I don't think many people. There you go.
Pick you up about 9:30. We can ride all night.
There it is.
I came up from the country, baby. City's where I stay. Got me a deuce and a quarter, babe. That's all I've got to say. She's a Detroit maid.
Yeah, there you go.
Deuce and a quarter, babe.
Good old American-made automobiles, Randy.
That's right.
That's right. For Racin' Randy, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.
All the